Have you ever been in love? I mean, really in love? You know, butterflies in the stomach, heart skipping a beat, can't eat, can't sleep, all because of that special someone. Yeah, if you have, then you know it's one hell of an experience. But what if I told you that true love, the kind you feel in the movies, the kind your parents probably had, is actually impossible? This one might be a little controversial, but Schopenhauer argues that love is a form of madness, and it's sure to piss off a lot of people. But hear me out. Schopenhauer says that women don't love men. They merely tolerate them. I am the host of this channel, and I'm on a mission to make philosophy easy and accessible for everyone. If that sounds like a mission you want to be a part of, please subscribe to the channel. We're almost at a significant milestone. According to Schopenhauer, true love simply doesn't exist. Either way, let me know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. The closest we can get to true love is when two people find someone who complements them perfectly. Two halves of a whole. But even then, Schopenhauer warns us not to get carried away. Don't think that you've found the one, he says. Don't let your heart rule your head. Remember, true love is just a myth, a fairy tale that we tell ourselves to make sense of the world. Yeah, that's a pretty depressing thought, but it's the truth. And the sooner we accept it, the better off we'll be. True love doesn't exist. There is no such thing as the perfect partner. Love is not always beautiful. Only a woman can love a man completely. These are some of Schopenhauer's most brutal insights on love. They're hard truths that we need to face. But in the end, they will make us better lovers. They will make us more understanding, more compassionate, and more forgiving. It would mean the world to me if you were a part of that. Thank you. Why? Because from a biological standpoint, it doesn't make sense for women to love men. This is another one of Schopenhauer's more controversial statements. He believed that only a woman could love a man completely. Why? Because only a woman is capable of unconditional love. Men, on the other hand, can never love unconditionally. There is always something holding them back, something preventing them from giving themselves completely to another human being. That something is called fear. Men are afraid of losing their freedom, their independence, their individuality. They're afraid of becoming just another cog in the machine, another nameless face in the crowd, because deep down, every man wants to be free. Free to roam, free to explore, free to conquer. That's what makes us men. But it's also what prevents us from ever loving someone completely. Does that mean that men are incapable of love? Of course not. But it does mean that our love will always be conditional. We will always be holding back a part of ourselves, a part that we reserve for our freedom. Only women are capable of loving a man completely. Only women can give themselves over to another human being without reservation, without fear. Only women can love a man completely. Men are seen as nothing more than sperm factories. That's it. And sperm, as we all know, is easily replaceable. There is no shortage of it. In fact, a single man can produce millions upon millions of sperm in a single day. So why would a woman bother loving a man when she can just replace him? So think about it. From a purely biological standpoint, it doesn't make sense for her to invest her time and energy into loving a man when she could be investing it into herself or her children. It's just not efficient. Now, does that mean that women don't have the capacity to love? Of course not. But it does mean that their love is a lot more calculated. Women tend to look for men who can provide for them and their children. Men who have a strong sense of purpose and direction. Men who are driven and ambitious. In other words, men who are nothing like the typical metrosexual man that we see in the media. I know that might sting a little for some of you guys, but it's the truth. And the sooner you accept it, the better off you'll be. Women don't love men. They merely tolerate them. He says that when we fall in love, we lose all rational thought. This is another hard truth that we need to face. Love is not always beautiful. Sometimes it can be ugly, messy, and painful. Think about all the times you've seen couples fighting, yelling at each other, hurting each other emotionally. Love is not always beautiful. It's also not always fun. Sure, there are times when love is the most amazing feeling in the world. When you're in love, everything seems new and exciting. Every moment is filled with passion and desire. But that doesn't last forever. As Schopenhauer says, all couples eventually reach a point where they're just going through the motions. The passion is gone, and all that's left is a deep, abiding boredom. That can be a real downer, but it's the truth, and we need to face it. Love is not always beautiful, but that doesn't mean it's not worth it. Because despite all the ugliness and the pain, the boredom and the frustration, love is still the most important thing in life. We become irrational, obsessed with the object of our affection. All we can think about is being around them, having their love. and we would do anything to make that happen. Doesn't that sound like madness? Schopenhauer says yes. He says that love is a kind of madness that only affects the heart and not the head. It's a madness that makes us do things we would never do otherwise. Things like confessing our undying love to a stranger or spending all of our money on a lavish date night. Yeah, that's all madness. But hey, maybe that's not such a bad thing. Maybe a little madness is what we all need in our lives. A little obsession, a little something to drive us crazy. After all, isn't that what life is all about? The ups and downs, the highs and lows. So yeah, love may be a form of madness, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. What about you? Arthur Schopenhauer was one of the greatest philosophers to ever live. And in today's video we gonna now be looking at some of his most brutal insights about love. Some of these might hurt, but knowledge is power, and by the end of this video, you will have a better understanding of love and relationships than 99% of people. Alright, let's get into it. Insight no. 1. There is no such thing as a perfect partner. This idea goes against everything our society teaches us. We grow up watching fairy tales where a prince or princess finds their perfect match and they live happily ever after. But Schopenhauer says that this is just a fantasy. There is no such thing as a perfect partner. In fact, he says that we should never go into a relationship looking for perfection because it doesn't exist. Instead, we should look for compatibility. Do your values align? Are you both working towards the same goals? These are the things that truly matter in a relationship, not superficial qualities like looks or status. So, if you're out there looking for the perfect partner, stop. It's a waste of time. Instead, focus on finding someone who is compatible with you. Someone who makes you laugh, who challenges you intellectually, who supports you emotionally. That is what a fulfilling relationship is all about. Remember, no one is perfect, not even me. Okay. Insight number 2. Love is a form of madness. Insight no. 3. Women don't love men. Who? That's a bold statement. Insight no. 4. Love is not always beautiful. Alright, before we move on to the next insight, I want to take a moment to quickly introduce myself. My name is Anonymous. Now back to the video. Insight no. 5. Only a woman can love a man completely. Final insight. True love is a myth. You heard that right? Thank you for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on Schopenhauer's insights. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree?